Are you trying to figure out where you stand with the woman you're seeing? You have a great time together, the chemistry is off the charts, but you can't shake that nagging question in the back of your mind. Is this just for fun, or is she actually starting to feel something real? That uncertainty can be maddening. You're caught between not wanting to push things or ask too soon, and just the deep human need to know where you stand. You see signs you think mean something more, but then you second-guess yourself. Is she just being nice? Is this just her personality? Or are these the quiet little signs that a real emotional bond is forming? If you're looking for the healthy, subtle behaviors that show she's not just having a good time, but is genuinely building a deep, secure connection with you, you're in the right place. Forget the over-the-top, dramatic gestures you see in the movies. Real, healthy attachment is often much quieter, more consistent, and way more meaningful. It's found in the small, everyday moments that are easy to miss if you don't know what to look for. In this video, we're going to break down the 5 most important subtle signs that a woman is becoming emotionally attached to you. Understanding these will not only give you the clarity you're looking for, but it will also help you recognize and nurture a healthy, budding connection. So, let's get into the first and arguably one of the most important signs that her feelings are getting deeper. Sign number 1. She prioritizes you in her life. At first, this might not sound very subtle. Of course, someone who likes you will make time for you. But the subtlety isn't in the act of making time, it's in how she makes it and what that really means. This goes way beyond her just being free when you call or saying yes to dates. This is about a real shift in how she structures her life, where you're no longer just a fun option, but are becoming a key part of her routine and her thoughts. A woman who is just casually dating will fit you into the empty spaces. You'll get the time that's left over after her job, her friends, her hobbies, and her personal downtime are all taken care of. The plans often feel like they're based on convenience. They might be last minute, or she might cancel pretty often if something else comes up. You get the sense that you're a nice part of her life, but not a core part of it. When emotional attachment starts to grow, this whole dynamic flips. You're no longer an afterthought. You become a factor in her plans. And here's where the subtlety comes in. It's not about big announcements. It's about steady, consistent actions that show you're becoming more and more important. For example, she might start planning things with you days or even weeks ahead of time. This shows she's not just waiting to see if she has a free night, she's actively carving out a space for you in her calendar because time with you has become valuable and necessary for her. Think about the difference between a text that says, "Hey, you free tonight?" and one that says, "I know next week is going to be crazy for you at work, so I kept Thursday evening open for us to just relax." The first is about convenience. The second is about care and forward thinking. It shows she's not just thinking about seeing you, but she's thinking about your needs and what's going on in your life. That's a whole different level of care. Another subtle sign is how she handles scheduling conflicts. A woman who isn't deeply invested might say, "Oh, I'd love to, but my friends and I already have plans." A woman who is emotionally attached might say, "I already have plans with my friends, but I'd love to see you. Maybe I can meet you after, or can we do something tomorrow? I really want to see you." See the difference? She's not just stating a fact. She's actively trying to solve the problem because the goal, seeing you, is important to her. Her actions show you matter. This all comes down to a simple principle. We invest our most valuable resource, our time, into what we truly value. When a woman consistently invests her time in you, even when she's busy or tired, she's telling you without words that this connection is worth it. It's moved from the fun category to the essential category. Now, this doesn't mean she should drop her entire life for you. A healthy, secure woman will still have her own friends and goals. In fact, if a woman completely abandons her life for a new relationship, that can be a red flag for an unhealthy, anxious attachment. The goal is integration, not obliteration. She keeps her own life, but makes a conscious, consistent effort to weave you into it in a meaningful way. You'll notice she starts to protect your time together. She won't let small things get in the way of your plans, because that time is becoming special to her. Feeling like a priority is a cornerstone of any healthy relationship. It sends a clear message: you are important to me. So pay attention not just to the fact that you're spending time together, but to the way it happens. Is she proactive about it? Is she consistent? Does she protect that time? If the answer is yes, you're seeing a powerful, subtle sign of a deepening emotional attachment. Sign number 2, she shares her inner world with you. This sign is one of the most powerful signs of a deepening bond, and it's all about vulnerability. When a woman starts to share her inner world with you, she's offering you a level of trust that she only gives to people she feels truly safe with. This isn't just about sharing secrets or gossip. It's about letting you see behind the curtain, past the public image, and showing you the unfiltered thoughts, feelings, and experiences that make her who she is. Superficial connections are built on talking about what we've done. Deep emotional connections are built on sharing who we are. There's a huge difference. In early dating, conversations are usually about safe, external stuff. Work, hobbies, favorite movies. That's all important for finding common ground, but it doesn't require much emotional risk. The big shift happens when the conversation turns inward. She starts sharing things that she probably doesn't tell just anyone. This could look like her sharing her hopes and dreams, even the ones she thinks sound a little silly. For example, she might confess that even though she's an accountant, her secret dream is to open a tiny bookstore one day. That's not just a fun fact, it's a window into her soul. Another powerful form of this is sharing her fears and insecurities. This is real vulnerability. A woman who is getting attached might open up about a fear of failure, a past heartbreak that still hurts, or an insecurity she has. She isn't doing this for pity or for you to fix her problems. She's doing it to see if you are a safe place for her most delicate emotions. She's trusting you with the parts of herself that she keeps hidden from most of the world. As the researcher Dr. Brené Brown says, vulnerability isn't weakness. It's our best measure of courage. When a woman chooses to be vulnerable with you, she is being brave. She's putting her emotional well-being in your hands, trusting that you'll be careful with it. That act alone is a massive sign of emotional investment. It's important to know the difference between healthy vulnerability and oversharing. Healthy vulnerability happens slowly as trust is built. She shares something personal, then sees how you react. She's looking for you to listen with empathy, to validate her feelings without judging, and maybe to share something about yourself in return. It's a give and take. Oversharing, or trauma dumping, feels like a one-sided monologue. It's someone unloading a lifetime of heavy stuff on the second date, which can leave you feeling more like a therapist than a potential partner. A securely attached person shares at a pace that feels right. So if she shares a past struggle, the best response isn't to try and fix it, but to just listen and validate her by saying something like, "That sounds like it was really tough. Thank you for trusting me enough to tell me that." This shows her you heard her, you respect her courage, and you're worthy of that trust. A woman who is getting attached will also share her present emotional state. She'll be honest about her feelings, saying things like, "I'm feeling a little anxious today and I'm not really sure why," or I felt a little stung by that joke earlier. This level of emotional honesty is rare. It shows she's not trying to be perfect for you. She's inviting you into the real, sometimes messy truth of her emotional life. When a woman lets you into her inner world, she's giving you the most precious gift she has, her trust. It's a subtle yet powerful sign that your connection is becoming something special. Sign number 3. She seeks and offers reciprocal emotional support. This third sign is really the engine of a healthy, lasting relationship. It's the point where the connection moves from just being fun to being a source of real comfort and strength. When a woman gets emotionally attached, you become her person. This means she doesn't just turn to you for the good times. You're the first one she thinks of when she's stressed, upset, or facing a challenge. And, just as importantly, she becomes a pillar of support for you. The care flows in both directions. This reciprocity is the bedrock of a secure partnership. Early on, support can be a bit surface level. You might listen after a bad day at work, but the investment is limited. When real attachment develops, that support system becomes much deeper and more reliable. Let's look at what it means when she seeks support from you. When something goes wrong, a fight with a coworker, a family issue, or just a moment of self-doubt, her first instinct is to reach out to you. This isn't because she's weak, it's a sign of trust. It shows she sees you as her safe place to land. She values your opinion and just your presence when she feels vulnerable. A subtle thing to watch for here is the kind of support she's after. It's not just venting. She might ask for your perspective. What do you think I should do? Or, am I overreacting? By doing this, she's showing that she trusts your judgment and sees you as an equal partner in navigating life. She's showing you that you have a real role in her life beyond just being her boyfriend. Now, let's flip it. Just as important is how she offers support to you. A woman who is emotionally attached is tuned in to how you're feeling. She'll celebrate your wins with genuine excitement, sometimes even more than you do. Your success feels like her success because your happiness is connected to hers. When you get that promotion, she's the one pushing to go out and celebrate. This isn't just being polite, it's a shared emotional experience. Even more telling is how she acts when you're struggling. She doesn't just give you a generic, "Don't worry, it'll be fine." Instead, she's just in tune with you. She can sense when you're a little off, even if you're trying to hide it. She might gently ask, "You seem quiet today. Is everything okay?" She gives you space to talk without pressure. She listens to understand, not just to reply. This back-and-forth emotional support is what builds a true partnership. Relationships thrive when there's a balance. It avoids one person constantly giving and the other constantly taking, which always leads to resentment. Healthy attachment is a two-way street. This dynamic also builds an incredible foundation of trust and security. When you know you have someone who will be there for you when you're down and cheer for you when you're up, and you want to do the same for them, you create this amazing cycle of care. This is the core of what attachment experts call a secure base. You become each other's safe harbor to return to after dealing with the world. So watch the flow of emotional energy between you. Is it a two-way street? When she's had a tough day, are you the one she calls? And when you're facing a challenge, does she step up with real care? If so, you're building more than just a romance. You're building a true partnership. If you're finding this advice helpful and it's getting you thinking, take a second to hit that subscribe button. Our channel is all about helping you understand attraction and build healthier relationships. And stick around, because the next two signs are even more subtle, and they're key to understanding if she sees a long-term future with you. Sign number 4, she shows genuine concern for your well-being. This sign is about the difference between being polite and having real, heartfelt empathy. Anyone can ask, "How are you?" without really listening to the answer. But when a woman is emotionally attached, her concern for you goes way beyond these social pleasantries. It becomes a genuine, active, and consistent part of how she acts. She not only understands your feelings, but feels moved to make your life better. A woman who is emotionally attached truly cares about your happiness and health. This shows up in small but incredibly meaningful ways that are easy to miss. For example, she remembers the little things. She'll recall you complaining weeks ago about a sore back and text you to ask if it's feeling any better. She'll remember you had a big meeting on Tuesday and check in that night to see how it went. This isn't just a good memory, it's a sign of active listening. She's absorbing the details of your life because your life is becoming important to her. Another way this shows up is through proactive acts of care. If you're exhausted from work, she won't just say, "That sucks." She might say, "You sound white. Please make sure you get some sleep tonight." Or even offer practical help, like dropping off food so you don't have to cook. These acts of service show she's thinking about your well-being. It's a sign that she sees you as a partner, and a healthy, happy partner is essential for a future together. It's important to spot the difference between this and fake concern. Fake empathy often feels shallow and is inconsistent. It might show up when it's convenient or when other people are watching, but it disappears when it's not. Someone faking it might offer dramatic words of sympathy, but there's no follow-through. They don't check in later, and their actions don't match their words. In stark contrast, a woman with genuine attachment shows consistent care. Her concern isn't a performance, it's a reflex. She feels a piece of your stress and a piece of your joy. When you're sick, she is genuinely worried. She wants to know if you need anything. This isn't about mothering you, it's about a deep desire for you to be okay, because your well-being directly impacts hers. This kind of empathy is also about being your biggest fan. She won't just support you when you're down, she will actively encourage you to chase your goals. She'll be your biggest cheerleader, celebrating your efforts and reminding you of your strengths when you start to doubt yourself. She wants the best for you because she's invested in you. This is a profoundly healthy sign. It shows she doesn't just see you as a source of her own happiness, but as a person whose happiness she wants to contribute to. So look for these subtle but consistent patterns. Does she remember the little details? Does she offer proactive care? Is she your biggest supporter? If she is consistently showing authentic concern for your overall well-being, it's one of the most reliable signs that she's deeply emotionally attached. Sign number 5, she talks about a shared future casually. This final sign is maybe the clearest indicator that she sees your relationship as something with long-term potential. When a woman starts to weave you into her vision of the future, it's a huge shift. It means that in her mind, you're no longer just a temporary character in her life, you're potentially a main character in the story to come. The key to this sign is how casual it is. It almost never starts with a serious, "we need to talk" conversation. Instead, it starts with small, low-stakes comments that sprinkle the idea of us into the future. A woman who isn't sure about the relationship will be very careful with her words. She'll talk about her future using I. For example, she'll say, "I want to travel to Italy someday," or "I'm thinking of moving next year." Her future is her own, and you aren't automatically included in it. When emotional attachment deepens, you'll notice a subtle but powerful shift from I to we. This happens so naturally that it's easy to miss. She might be talking about a concert that's 6 months away and say, "Oh, we should totally go to that." Or she might see a trailer for a movie coming out next season and say, "We have to see that when it comes out." These might seem like throwaway comments, but they mean more than you think. She is getting used to the idea of you being in her life down the road. She's building a mental habit of thinking of you as a pair. These little future plans are her way of testing the waters without adding any pressure. She's inviting you to imagine a future together and seeing if you're on the same page. As the connection gets stronger, these future mentions might become a bit bigger, though still presented casually. She might say something like, "If we ever got a dog, what kind would we get?" Or, "I was thinking about what it would be like to spend a holiday together." These aren't demands, they're explorations. She's opening a door to see if your visions for the future line up. On the flip side, a partner who always avoids talking about the future or gets vague whenever it comes up might be showing a lack of commitment. But a woman who is securely attaching will do the opposite. She'll start these conversations, even in small ways, because she wants a shared vision. Another subtle way this happens is how she includes you in her existing long-term plans. She might mention a friend's wedding that's a year away and say, "You'll have to meet them at the wedding. You'd really like them." The assumption in that sentence is that you'll still be together in a year. She isn't asking if you'll still be around. She's speaking as if it's a given. That casual confidence in your relationship's future is an incredibly powerful sign. This behavior signals that she sees the relationship as stable and secure. In her mind, the connection is no longer in a trial period. It has become a reliable part of her life. So listen carefully to the language she uses. Is it I or we? Does she casually drop you into future scenarios? Does she talk about long-term goals with the quiet assumption that you'll be there? These seemingly small comments are actually laying the foundation for a shared life. So, there you have it. 5 subtle yet powerful signs that a woman is becoming emotionally attached to you. Let's do a quick recap. First, she prioritizes you. She consistently invests her most valuable asset, her time, in you. Second, she shares her inner world. She trusts you with her fears and dreams, which is a clear sign of deep trust. Third, the support is a two-way street. You've become each other's safe place to land, creating a true partnership. Fourth, she shows genuine concern for your well-being. She remembers the little things and actively cares for your happiness because you truly matter to her. And finally, she casually talks about a shared future. She begins to shift her language from I to we, building a future with you in mind. Remember, you're looking for a consistent pattern of these behaviors, not just one single incident. These are the signs of a healthy, secure attachment that's being built on trust and real care. This isn't about being codependent. It's about two complete individuals choosing to build something stronger together. Recognizing these signs can give you the confidence you need to move forward. It allows you to see that her feelings are likely deepening and gives you the green light to keep investing your own heart and energy into the relationship. If this video resonated with you and gave you some insights, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Now, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, share a subtle sign you've noticed that let you know someone was becoming emotionally attached to you. Sharing our experiences helps us all learn. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.